Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of new makeup releases. Are they going on the wish list? We have got quite a few today. As the week was starting, I really thought that there were going to be less this week, and there are definitely not. Before we get started, if you are new or if you have not seen yet, my 1-year anniversary giveaway has begun, so I will put a link right up here and down in the description box for you to check out all the goodies in that giveaway and to get entered. I'm just really excited to celebrate a year and celebrate with you guys, and thank you guys for making this year what it has been for my first year on YouTube. So, we need to jump into these. Before we get started, I do want to mention that this series is inspired by Samantha March. She started these kinds of videos, I don't know how long ago, but she does have a community playlist where different creators post their version of this series, and I will leave a link down below for that as well. So, let's go ahead and hop in. I'm just going to kind of do these in the order that I saw them this week. And I want to start out with Fancy Beauty Cosmetics. So this is a new indie brand to me. So Fancy Beauty Cosmetics is a US based indie brand. There is free shipping on $35 purchase, and their pans are $4. I think they're just kind of getting started. So I'm actually going to post 2 different pictures. I totally just see that I missed a $3 sale earlier this week, but this may be a brand that I try in 2019. So I haven't decided. I have like a running list of brands that I want to try, and I want to film a brands I want to try in 2019 video, but I can't decide what brands I want to put on there. I'm going to end up filming it in like November after I've already tried all the brands. Just kidding. But this may be on it. I think these are beautiful shades. I don't need like those neutral brown champagne-y shades, but middle row from like the blue yellow picture is kind of calling to me, but then I like some of these other ones from the second picture too. So we'll see. That may be on the wish list. Alright, let's go ahead and move on because there are a lot. Eleman Beauty. It looks like this was a Instagrammer who created a beauty company. Is that the thing? Is that the right word? So she's got 4 different eyeshadow palettes. So I'll put the 4 different ones right up here. And they're all based off of like elements in the world. And they're $42 each. The Inferno, Terra, Zypher, and Aqua. I don't think any of those are on my wish list. They're all pretty. Zypher, the purple one, and Aqua, the one with the blues, would probably be something I would lean more to, but I think I can complete those palettes already with things that are in my collection, so I don't think those are on my wish list. And $42 is kind of expensive, I think, but they're very beautiful, and I'm just going based off of her Instagram account, or the Instagram account. It looks like it was a beauty Instagrammer that created eyeshadows, is what the Instagram account looks like to me. I don't know if that is what really happened or not. You know, actually I think there are several newer indie brands to me this week that I've kind of found. The next one I want to talk about is not a newer brand, but it looks like they revamped. So the top one is going to be the Revamped palette from Sparrow Cosmetics. One ring to rule them all. I know I've talked about Sparrow Cosmetics, but I don't think I've talked about this one. It was, oh, that Power 5 palette that was based off of the Spice Girls, I think. That was the one I had talked about. I feel like it's changed a lot, but maybe they just kind of moved shades around and added, looks like they added 3 glitter shades and maybe tweaked some of them. I think that's strange because it looks like it's more than just adding glitter shades. It looks like they really kind of changed it a lot. Almost like it should have been a different release. It looks like it's based off of, what is it called? Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I forgot the name of that. But there's names like Gandor, Frodo, so obviously. But yeah, that's not on my wish list. It does look like a very pretty palette. I like the green, blue, purple color scheme, but I feel like we're seeing a lot of that. I already own one of those palettes, so I don't need that in my collection. Next, this, I don't know if this is an indie brand or not. They've got almost 100,000 followers. It is Chante, Caille. Their Polar Ice Spring Collection is released what it's going to look like. It's going to obviously launch in the spring, which probably means the end of January in terms of makeup and in terms of swimsuits, which are already out in the stores. That just makes me really cold. When I go into a store and swimsuits are already there, I'm like, it is not time for that yet. Alright, so it looks like it's an all shimmery palette with like some pastel-y kind of shades and glitter bullet lipsticks. I don't need any of that. I don't personally like a glitter lipstick. I think they don't look good. I like a glitter gloss, which is what I have on today, but I do not like a glitter lipstick. So none of this is on my wish list, but I do want to see. I just looked up a price, a lip veil, which is like a lip gloss bullet lipstick, $48. So none of that is on the wish list. Oh boy. That's expensive. Alright, next we've got, this is another brand I haven't heard of, but it's at Sephora. Aether Beauty. And I actually, like, this is so cute. Look at these little, they are called Moisture Melt Lip Gloss Sticks. In a heart-shaped form. They're $17, but, you know, lip products are on my no-buy this year. It looks like they're available now, so if that is on my wish I could buy list. They're just so cute. Okay, I'm just gonna mention this. I know some people are like, beauty blenders are too expensive. Why are they always releasing different color beauty blenders? I feel the same way, but then they release these and they are pink and so cute. And I actually love beauty blenders. I don't buy them as much because I think you can get pretty much the same effect from the other ones at the drugstore. Like, what do I really like? The L'Oreal one of my favorites. The Morphe one's really good, but Beauty Blender is still my favorite. If they were cheaper, that would be the one that I replaced all the time. But this white and pink one, oh my gosh, they are so stinking cute. But I also love everything pink, so that could be why. Moving along, what is this? Wet n Wild's new Plump Collection Athleisure meets Beauty brand. Okay. I think we talked about these, like the sticks, priming sticks, last week, but now we've got one foundation, an eyeshadow pencil. This is so random. Blotting sheets, 2 glitter masks. Okay, when I think of athleisure, I don't think of a glitter mask. Cleansing wipes and oil, exfoliating balls, a face and body mist, a dry shampoo, and a hair mist. This is the most random collection I think I've seen released in a long time. And can we look at that? What is that little palette? Is that an eyeshadow palette? Okay, Wet n Wild I know is a cheaper brand, but this looks like something like from the dollar store in the little girls section. And I love Wet n Wild. I have a lot of their products that I really like, but this whole collection looks like maybe it's geared toward little girls, not toward athletic people that like to also wear makeup. Yeah, that's definitely not for me, except I still do want to try that priming stick. So, but that is got to be the most funny collection. I mean, moving right along, Lorac is releasing some unzipped palettes and 3 new highlighters. They are available now at Ulta Beauty, and this is what they look like. Definitely don't need any of those. No. Although I would like to go into Ulta and see what that glitter formula is like. It's like a really shimmery glitter kind of color formula looking thing. And I don't think I've ever tried that from Lorac before. I have several of their palettes, but I've never seen something looking like, it's like the greenish and pinkish ones in the top 2 palettes. I want to see what that is like, but none of these are very interesting to me. And highlighters on my no buy. So I don't need any of those. Honestly, these highlighters don't look super interesting to me either, but those are available. You know, they better not be $25 like those Natasha Denona palettes, or I am going to be mad. Oh, $25. I mean, seriously, what? 5 eyeshadows for $25. Now, I know that's $5 an eyeshadow, but I just feel like when you're getting it in a palette like this, and you're not picking out every shade you want, they should not be costing $25 for 5 shadows. I think that is ridiculous. Now, these are probably a little larger than the mini Natasha Denona ones, but that is still too much. So even if that was on the wish list, it would be off because of the price. So there are several collabs this week with things or people or ideas, I don't really know, that I have never heard of. So the first one is from Smashbox, and they have collaborated on a collection with, see, now I lost it, someone called, or something called the Hood Witch. So do you know what that is? I looked at it on Instagram and I have no idea. Does anyone have any insight to that? So the first thing in this collection that they're showing is Crystallized Shimmer Drops. I kind of thought we were over those shimmer drops after they were all released last year. This collection is going to be all about the crystals. I guess doing with the witch, the Hood Witch, something like that. I don't know. I think this is an odd product. And I think we already went through that trend and people already decided they didn't like it. So this will be interesting to see how this goes. And I am interested to see what the rest of the collection is going to be. That's not on my wish list though. Hourglass had their foundation stick, the Vanish foundation stick. So now they're coming out with a liquid foundation from the same formula. So here it is. It is going to be weightless, full coverage, long wearing, second skin adherence, and it's going to be in 32 shades, available January 25th. You know, at some point I would like to try a higher end foundation. I know people really like that foundation stick, so maybe this will be the one I try. I would like to try Hourglass's you know, dim light, diffuse powder, finishing powder. And I hear really good things about their foundation. So that may be one that I try. It's not on the wish list right now, but at some point I would like to try a higher end foundation because I use a lot of like mid-range and drugstore foundations, but I haven't tried a lot of those higher end foundations. So this may be the one that I try. Right now it's not on the wish list, but you never know. Urban Decay is coming out with a new brow blade. It's going to have a pencil on one end and a liquid formula on the other end. I have to say, I've tried a couple different liquid, like brush tip brow products. I don't really like any of them, so this is probably not, this is not on my wish list. It does say that it's the pencil side is going to be a very skinny one, so it's going to be $20. That's probably not bad for 2 different brow products if you're getting like a full size stick on one end and the full size of the liquid formula on the other end. And it looks like it's going to come in 7 different shades. It's not on my wish list, but if it comes to Ulta, I will probably try it out in store. So I didn't talk about this last week. It was on my saves and I just kind of forgot about it because it wasn't super interesting, but the Morphe 60 Shades new foundation coming in 2019. If this comes to Ulta, I do want to try it. First of all, really cool that they have 60 shades out. Hopefully there's something for everyone in that foundation line. It's $18, so if I use a coupon at Ulta, then that knocks it down to closer to $15, which is a pretty good priced foundation if it works. So I'll definitely look up some reviews before I try it, but I'm really on the hunt this year to find out really good foundations, since I've got no and low buys on lots of other of my products. I kind of want to focus on finding a good foundation combination with primer and find more than just one. Like right now I have one foundation primer combination that I like out of the gazillions that I've tried, so it'd be nice to find more than one. All right, did you guys see this? I'm trying to figure out if this is real or I don't know what's going on here. Trend Mood posted this, and you can see it's either from Jaclyn Hill or something, and it says, what is going to be your first product with Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics? So either Trend Mood is guessing that there's going to be a brand coming with that picture, or she has some insight on it, so we'll have to see what's coming up with that. Milk Cosmetics has released a new stack, and it looks like it's going to be blue. This picture here, Indie Makeup Spotlight posted this, so it looks like, I don't know if those are shades. We've got the dark blue and the dark blue shimmery shade so far from the melt stack. And if that is what they are, then that is already kind of leaning me toward I don't really want it on my wish list. Here is another brand, Aether Beauty. They're out of California. And this is called the Crystal Grid Gemstone Palette. So it does look like they are all shimmer shades based off of different gemstones. Not on my wish list. It just doesn't look very interesting to me. They look like kind of boring gemstones to me. I'm sure someone's gonna love those. Definitely not on the wish list though. They just all look like they look very neutral. Yeah. So we've got a couple things shown from MAC Cosmetics Spring Collection. The first one is this highlight powder, which looks kind of like a blush to me, actually. Not on my wish list, but then look at this super cute packaging on this lipstick. It looks like it's just in kind of a red shade, which I don't need, but I think that packaging is adorable. I love MAC lipstick formulas. Neither of those things are on my wish list though. Here, I knew there was something else from Wet n Wild. New Mega Jelly eyeshadow pots. Mega Jelly highlighters and Mega Jelly primer. Okay, that's weird to have a Mega Jelly primer, but I wonder if they're similar to ColourPop's Jelly Much Shadow. So I have one of those, and I actually really like them. I don't know how long, I got it a long time ago, like when they first released. I should put that in my Shop My Stash. I kind of want to try one of these and see if it is similar to the ColourPop formula. I kind of want to try that primer now too. I'm really on like a primer foundation kick right now, trying to see what kinds of things work. So those are kind of like over on my wish list over here somewhere. Just real quick, I want to mention these Lancome single eyeshadows. Those are probably way too expensive that I would want to spend on a single eyeshadow, but check out, you can see like some corals are definitely popping in there. We know coral is the color of the year, so I think it's going to be really fun to see what kinds of things are coming out in coral this year. So here's one of them. Givenchy is releasing two limited edition Valentine's Day lipstick. Givenchy, did I say it? I didn't say it like fancy enough. Givenchy, is that how you say it? I don't even know. $42 Canadian, which probably is around $35 US. That's too much for a lipstick. This series is becoming like, don't spend that much on that kind of product. I will show you how to get it for cheaper. And it's a basic pink and red. You can get those from anywhere, and there are plenty of phenomenal drugstore formulas with pinks and reds. I feel like today has a theme, like expensive makeup, Valentine's Day releases, and collaborations with people I haven't heard of. So the next one is Makeup Slave has got a Valentine's Day eyeshadow palette. Here is what the outside looks like. We do not know what the inside looks like yet, but they had the, I'm going to post what they had before, the Autumn Equinox palette. I loved the look of that palette. I didn't end up getting it, but I'm really excited to see what the inside of this Valentine's Day palette looks like. You know, I would love if it was like a pastel palette. That would be perfect because I want to add a pastel palette to my collection, so we will see. Terra Moon Cosmetics is also releasing some shades for Valentine's Day. Here, I'm going to have to post 2 pictures here. So the first one is going to be the 3 pictures with the red, green, and purple, all very beautiful. And then this one is a glitter shade that's going to be part, it just says it's going to be part of something coming soon. And then after that, they posted these 3 shades. So it looks like we've got 4 shades so far joining their collection. I think Terra Moon just does singles. So it looks like they're going to have a Valentine's Day collection, but in singles. So those look really pretty too. Another brand that I want to try sometime. So many of those. And each week, the list of brands I want to try gets longer and longer. Alright, Blush Tribe has got some new titanium dusts that launched. Here is the shades. So beautiful. That Forest and Layla, the blue and green are gorgeous. I have tried, I think I have 2 titanium dusts from Blush Tribe, and I love them. If I placed another order, I would absolutely love to have these titanium dusts in my collection. They are so beautiful. Those are definitely on the wish list. Next we've got Shay J Cosmetics. This is another one that it looks like this brand is just starting. So here's what the palette looks like. It's called Paris Lights. I kind of like it. Yeah, I would like to see more like what the pigment is like, if those shades really pop like they do in the palette, or if they kind of fade away, because I could see like the yellow, like the kind of neon yellows, I could see them kind of fading away when you use them, but I would love to see more about this palette, because there's something about it that's kind of fun. Like maybe it's the seafoam green and the purple kind of pulling me over toward that corner, and obviously the colors in it. I don't know. It's not currently on the wish list, but I would love to see more about that palette. Speaking of neons, this was on Twitter and caused quite the stir up. So Blush Tribe showed that they are going to be releasing a neon palette, and I think it is around the summer. And I think it looks so fun. I would love to have a neon palette in my collection. I've got some neon pigments, but I think a neon palette would be easier to work with. And this picture here, it does not have the purple. They said there's going to be a purple in that spot that doesn't have anything yet. And people started like, so they were doing a contest, and you could send your photograph in and get pictured on the front cover. You know how they do that art on their, well here. So they do the art of faces on, those are the owners, but they do the art of faces on their palettes. There's the Hasina too. So, yeah, people started getting upset saying that that was like free work for models and they should be paying them and all this controversy, and I'm like, let's just take a step back, okay? I was going to send my picture in, and then it got so heated that then Blush Tribe was like, okay, we'll just close the competition. I'm like, well, come on now. I think as a content creator, like, we would all love to have our picture on there for free, because obviously it gets you, is notoriety the right word? So I think it was so silly that people started getting so upset about the fact that she wasn't paying them to be on the cover of the palette, but they were getting free Blush Tribe products. I mean, I'm totally fine with that. Anyways, sometimes people just gotta chill out. Like, if you are not interested in it, then don't be interested in it, but you don't need to cause this big commotion on the internet. Anyways, you know how I am about the drama, like, no thanks, ma'am. Back to the palette. Yes, this is on my wish list. I cannot wait to have it. I will purchase it when it releases and mark that down as one of my purchases the month that it comes out. Yes, please. Here's another collab that I have no idea what this is. MAC Cosmetics and Honor of Kings has got a collaboration coming out. Here's what the lipsticks look like. It looks like they're named after these characters. And here's the characters. I don't know if this is some kind of video game or it looks like it's some kind of video game. I just think it's kind of strange, but maybe this is like some huge gaming thing that I don't know about, and the characters are women who kind of have their own makeup aesthetic and lip color that they wear, so I don't know. Not on my wish list. Even if it was, I couldn't purchase it, so moving right along. Ofra has got a new eyeshadow palette out. Do you know, I did not realize how much Ofra's palettes cost. They are so expensive. So this is, let's see, Gilded palette. Oh, Ofra and here we go. Francesca Tolot. She is a makeup artist, and it looks like this is a collab between them. This little Ofra thing, the eyeshadow palette, actually looks really fun. Ofra doesn't really strike me as a brand coming out with those colorful kinds of eyeshadows, so I actually like that. I like that muted orange and the lime green. I like that. It is not on my wish list, but I think that is a cool release. She's got 2 liquid lipsticks coming out with it, Vibrant Red and Wine, oh, 3? Are there 3? Yeah. Vibrant Red, Wine Berry, and Pink Nude with Gold Flecks. And then it looks like a palette with 2 bronzers and 2, is it blushes? Yes, so then 2 bronzers and 2 blushes. Okay, so personally, I wouldn't buy that because I could only use one of those bronzers, and that's like a third of the palette that I couldn't even use. So I think makeup companies really need to start paying attention to those palettes that they're releasing that have multiple skin tone highlighters and bronzers, because every skin tone can't use every shade. So if you're releasing something that I can't use all of it, then I'm probably not going to purchase it. Even though we do that with eyeshadow palettes, this is just much more noticeable for me to not want to use. So, not on my wish list. Pat McGrath is releasing a mascara and 18 new shades of lip gloss. Now, what I was really surprised by is that the mascara is only $28. I would think that her mascara would be like $50 because she charges so stinking much for her eyeshadow palettes. So for her, $28 is pretty cheap. I'm not spending that much on that mascara. The lip glosses are also going to be $28 each, which also I think too much for a lip gloss. Not on my wish list. And then I actually think this is the last thing I have. And that's really good because, oh my gosh, my footage right now is an hour. This video is probably going to be like 20 minutes long. I've been sick and have hives, so I have to keep stopping to itch. So, the last thing I want to talk about is the ColourPop. I about thought we were going to go a whole another week without a ColourPop release. I cannot believe the lack of ColourPop releases lately. And this one is like a new formula. So they have their Luxe lipsticks, which I've never heard anyone say they don't like them. I personally like them. Now they've got the Velvet Blur Luxe lipstick. So this is going to have a soft focus finish. So I almost wonder if it's going to have like kind of a powdery feel like those new MAC lipsticks do. And Bite Beauty has also got some. And of course, I want to try that. Is there a loophole in the no lip products, no buy of 2019? Do you know? Can I get one of those? I mean, for comparison, for you guys so I can share about the formula, obviously. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this week's new makeup releases. Are they going on the wish list or not? Don't forget to enter the giveaway before you go. Be sure to let me know what's on your wish list this week. Oh, I didn't summarize what's on mine. Okay, so for sure the Blush Tribe Neon one. Those Titanium Dust from Blush Tribe. I am so interested to see what the Makeup Slave Valentine's palette looks like. I want to try the Wet n Wild Jelly eyeshadows. Why are there so many things? Maybe Fancy Beauty eyeshadow singles. The Beauty Blender, I'm probably not picking that up, but I love that. The Morphe foundation, maybe in the future. I'm going to stop there at the wish list items. Those are the things that are on my wish list this week. Please let me know in the comments what is on your wish list. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!